Hello and welcome to the Link Up Show with myself, Charlene Smith and Doug Starr. Good
Come on.
morning.
Good morning in the building.
Woo.
You know what I mean?
We're here to discuss the all or nothing, the one that we've all been waiting for, and also preview the opening game of the Premier League where Crystal Palace is versing the Gunners, baby.
Come on. I can't lie. Pretty tired. Stayed up all night to watch this all or nothing thing. Bloody hell. What a show, mate.
I know. We've got 3 episodes out as well.
Yeah. How long is it going to be? Like, I feel like it needs to be like a whole 20 episodes. Like, I just want to see it all. Like, I want to see everything. Do you know
I know, same. It makes you feel that bit closer to the club, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And it gives you so much insight. Like, I think a lot of the Arteta out people are going to struggle to find reasons to want him out, especially watching that and seeing how they played in pre-season shows the what he was trying to like bring to the team. Do you get what I mean? The intensity, the late way he wants them to play, the togetherness. And that when you see it now, we know how he trimmed the team down and got rid of everyone, and like why. And now seeing this, it makes sense why they've done that. Do you get what I mean? And it's just sick. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Do you know?
Likewise, and it just shows as well how the energy shifted from everyone sort of being Arteta out, how he dealt with that as well to where he got to, because a lot of the time people obviously have their opinions and just want results straight away. But they don't actually take that moment to think, wait, this is a person who has feelings. These players individually all have feelings. They're all battling something that you may know nothing about.
Yeah.
But, you know, people can be very opinionated and it's going to be heard.
Yeah. And because you could see, like, even like he said, I think in one bit, he was like, he doesn't regret any of his decisions because his decisions are going to make him a better manager later down the road. Because you've got to think it's his first job. He'd been in the job, 2 seasons? I think last season was his second season, wasn't it? This is his third. Sorry, this is his third. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things that like he's gonna make mistakes, and he's gonna learn. Like, and he's learned, and you can see like he knows he's new to the job. He knows he's gonna make a decision, take a player off, change the squad, and he's gonna learn from it all. Like, it was sick. Like even stuff like even with the Tavares stuff, like it kind of makes sense why he's having those games, like where he can play excellent one week and then play so dead the next, is because he's so in his head. Do you get what I mean? Tavares is in his own head, like, you know, upset, still reeling while he's in training like a couple of days later about the mistake he made in a game a week ago. Do you get what I'm saying? Him not opening up and stuff like that. It's like, I really enjoyed it.
I know, likewise. And also as well, him moving from Portugal over to London, that's a big step as well. I mean, that in itself, you've been, you know, taken away from your family, your surroundings, your comfort zone. You've been completely uprooted from that to come to a big city like London. And not only that, the Premier League and a big club like Arsenal with a massive fan base. I mean, it's a lot of pressure for a young person.
21, like
exactly.
Yeah, so it's like the pressure is huge, and you see it with a lot of the players. Like, I think what we've experienced now, and I think it gives us a lot of insight, is like even with Emil Smith Rowe, I got it right.
I know.
You know what? I'm getting it right because I'm being serious for him here today. Yeah. It's like even understanding the shyness and the, you know, he's having a battle where he's taken on the number 10 shirt, but in order for him to be the player he needs to be, he has to be a lion, which he's not used to because, you know, he's quite quiet, quite shy, which I never knew about him. Do you get what I mean? So even seeing that about him has made me feel like give him a chance, because once he gets that boldness, that lion, that fire in him to go and play the way he wants to play, or they want him to play, he's going to be dangerous. But you could even see when they were playing back the videos to him and they were talking about certain situations in the games where he should be winning those 50-50 battles. And you can see even when he was talking, the guy was like talk up, like, you know. Because,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You can tell. And it's one of them things it's like you can sympathize with it. To take on the number 10 shirt, you don't want to see a number 10 being like that, but you also know that if he can break through that, the quality he will have. Do you get what I mean? Like, to be a great player, do you know? So I just hope that we get to see more of him next season and he can break through all of this, you know, shyness.
Yeah, imagine we're seeing that quality from him already as a shy Emil Smith Rowe. Imagine when his confidence does boost massively.
Yeah.
Boy,
And
he's gonna be
sorry?
He's gonna be untouchable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, you know, like when he wants to stand up and be counted and be seen as a great, and when his mentality shifts towards that, which it most probably already is, like we don't see too much of that in it yet to know what's going on. But at the same time, he's gonna like he just grow leaps and bounds, especially with the competition in the team now as well. You know, like you see, like in the beginning, you see when Edu and that they're picking, they show you the board and all the players on the board, and it's good to see things like that. How they decide, you know, where they want to. So you know, in the 10 it only had Odegaard and Smith Rowe, and then on the right side we had 4 players. We had like Cedric, Maitland Niles, Bellerin. Like we had all of these lots of, and then you can see where we was fitting. It's good to see that. That's well, obviously it's a football club, but you get an insight as to how they're looking at it now. That board must be sick because you've got, you know, like you've got up top Jesus, you've got like Nketiah in the middle, you've got like Vieira. You know what I mean? Now you got Smith Rowe and Odegaard. You get like it's Orlani and Party in the middle. Like it's mate. I was fully gassed watching it.
So excited to see the work that goes on behind closed doors, because obviously we're only seeing what's happening on the pitch. So it gives us that understanding of the players a bit more. And I think also it will help fans to understand and be a bit more patient as well, and start to trust the process a bit more.
Yeah, because you see what it was like after the first 3 games.
I know.
Mate, it's like, I think, I know it hurts because I remember after those 3 games, how much banter we was getting, that, you know, the bottom of the table. But at the same time, we didn't have Uber, we didn't have Lacazette. So it was one of those ones that we knew. And like they showed, we went on a 10-game run, then went and lost to Liverpool.
I know. I know. It just brought back all those feelings of how we felt in the season.
Yeah.
Literally, I felt all those emotions again.
But it's mad because you know what? I actually think when you watch that back, everyone's like bantering us and saying, "Oh, like Arsenal, they all you can when you really check it, all you can really say is we missed out on 4th spot." Do you get what I mean? But when you look at it, we went unbeaten for 10 games after those 3 losses once we beat Norwich. And I know that we had a few like spurts like that where we went on a few games and was winning games. Then we'd go and drop points against a team that you wouldn't think we would, or got knocked out of the cup to Nottingham and things like that. But when you actually check it and you look at, and we'll see it when we actually get to it in the documentary, but when you actually look at the squads that he played for those games and some of those teams that let him, the players that let him down, it just shows where now you can see where they're gone now with strength, and hopefully we won't have that again where certain players get into the squad and then all of a sudden they're doing a madness. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I forgot how many times Xhaka got sent off last season as well.
I know.
You know, like
at a corner now.
Yeah, when I saw the one against Man City at the beginning of the show, I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
Crucial game.
Crucial game, you know. This guy would have got himself sent off, man. But yeah, no, it was sick. Like, what was your highlights from the 3 episodes that you watched?
Do you know? And now, highlights. I actually thoroughly enjoyed all of it. One of the moments that caught my attention as well is when Arteta played the Anfield music and started mentally preparing them for what it's going to be like in Anfield. What did you make of that?
Oh, I understood it. I felt like the music might have needed to be louder, but I got it. But I think when you watch it back now, where we messed up or where Arteta will learn from it is when, because that was after that bit is when he said about the bit with no regrets. It's because he stoked the fire in there, like, you know, like he turned the heat up in the cauldron. Do you get what I'm saying? In terms of his verbal back and forth with Klopp. Up until then, The cop was quiet. They weren't, nothing weren't going on. We was kind of in the game. And the thing with Liverpool, as soon as you give them fans, especially at Anfield, something to sing about the fire, they raise it up and get behind the team. And I think I can see that being the same with us this season, like in the sense that at home, even when we're away, the fans are singing. But I feel like at home, the way that everyone's around the team right now, if we can keep the place noisy, it will have that effect on the players. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I get what he did. I respect him trying to try something different, especially with a young team.
Yeah.
And you think for him, you're on a 10-game unbeaten run. You go into Anfield, you're going to try whatever it takes to kind of get the edge and get your players in the mode for that game, because you know it's such a hard game. You're playing one of the best teams in the world, like if you check it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so how do you mentally prepare your young side for that? So I understood it. How did you think about it? Like,
yeah. I understood it as well. And what I really like about Arteta is the whole ethos, like behind his mindset and the mindset that he sort of gets the players into. Like, for example, when he was saying, when he drew the heart and the brain and saying that how connected, the energies in the middle, that they're supporting, all of that, the way he tactically does everything as well as mentally, I support him. Like, I'm a big fan of him as a coach and everything. And I think, he's a great coach for us.
Yeah, 100%. He's like, even that bit, it's like I didn't see where I kind of was watching it and I was thinking, then when he added the whole thing of putting the fans there as well, and it makes so much sense. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and for the players, they must be ecstatic, and you see what they say about him. Like, they all respect him. 100%. They're all playing for him. Do you get what I mean? They're all trying, and you can see where he's like trying to tap in and get to know them, their personalities, what they're about, what they like, what they don't like, even when you can see us going on the run and you see Edu talking to Round, about how like the teams are the players are together, they're all sitting together, they're eating together. Arteta looks more relaxed and they're looking, and it's just, you can see that you can see like that the join there, the whole community of what they got there. Do you get me? And it just makes you proud to be a fan, innit? Do you get what 100%. I'm saying? That's the way they operate,
And it's important as well because they're out on the pitch. They need to be able to read each other, like know each other's positions, like what they're going to do next, in order to obviously improve their gameplay. So I think obviously what you do off the pitch is important as well. So that team bonding, that gelling, like you're a family now. Do you know what I mean? Everyone inside this dressing room, we got to work together if we want to get results on the pitch.
Yes.
So everything that they're doing inside the club, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful. And you know what else I noticed as well, which I get why, I don't know if you noticed it, but you see with Uber, I don't know if they Uber.
I heard you say that earlier, but I thought I just
Uber. Just waiting for my cab. Sorry about that. Just waiting for the cab, love. You know what I'm saying? But you see, like with Uber, like I don't know if you noticed it, but I get the whole thing of taking the armband from him and stripping him of that, because it's like when I was watching it, at no point did I see any form of leadership from him. And the one thing he did do when I noticed he spoke was when we beat Leicester and he was singing and asking for 2 days off.
Yeah.
And then Mikel Arteta gave them the 2 days off. Then we went and played Watford. Then after that, we had the Liverpool game. But it's like, as a captain, you shouldn't be like, you're asking for 2 days off so you can go and do your thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but you're not bringing nothing to the team. If anything, you want to be in on the Monday. Do you get what I'm saying? To come and step your game up. Because at that point, he wasn't scoring goals. And you think he's the man with the armband. He's the leader. He should be setting the example. He should be the one that wants to show up at training. He should be the one that's not getting everybody 2 days rest so they can all chill and put their feet up. Yeah, like, get their energy back up. But at the same time, like, it should be like, no, actually, Uber, no, we need to rest. You get what I'm saying? Like, And it was interesting to watch that. Like, at no point did you see him doing any speeches. At no point did he try to rile the team up. At no point was he, he's high-fiving guys. But you got to think, this is after he's got the biggest contract, like, of his career.
Uh-huh.
The Arsenal captain, 350 grand a week, because we're seeing it right at the start when he just signed that deal, stayed at Arsenal because he could have left, whatever. And no point did we see any form of leadership from him. And it was just interesting seeing that, because it's like, I know a lot of fans was like, oh, Uber would rather keep him. But you could see, because he's not really forthcoming with anything apart from lit vibes and energy, then when he does go sour, because you could see when it said next time, because of when they take the captaincy off of him, you can see he's one of them players that will then become quiet, not chat. His energy nuts. Do you get what I'm saying? And then create that drama and tension within the squad, especially with young, easily influenced players. Do you get what I mean? So that was another thing that I found quite interesting as well.
Yeah, and it's crucial as well, where you've got such a young squad. These players are looking up to senior players because they're probably looking like, I want to be like you. So then as a leader and a captain, you need to be setting them right examples, you know. Don't arrive to training on time, arrive early, you know, come with that hunger, with that passion, with that winning mentality and everything. So we all want litty vibes. I love a litty vibe myself. But there's a time when there's time to like sort of dig deep, work hard and influence these young people in the dressing room in a correct way.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And you could see that from our senior players, there was none of that. Like Lacazette, I think he even said something that I noticed as well. He was talking to Maitland-Niles when they were at the dinner table, and he was something like, oh, it was something to do with Arteta, and he was like, oh, your coach wants you to, like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm you, that's your man, like, that's your guy. You get me? That's your coach. Like, my man's just here, innit? Do you get what I mean? That kind of thing. And it made me just think, even though that people might not have noticed that, I know from how that was said, innit? I know the way that I would have said that, like what I meant by saying something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, and it's the way he said it. So it's like, these are your senior players they're slightly not respecting the manager. Maybe because they're not playing, they're not starting, they're not playing well. The manager's not really respecting their thing, because you're meant to be coming through and banging goals for us, and you're not. So there's most probably a little bit of tension that they never showed there. But it's like, it was sad to see, and you could tell that people like Char and that they love the club, they love the manager, and they're trying.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think Xhaka now, even watching him in pre-season, is a different player, I reckon, because I think he gets it now. But you know, you could tell he wears his heart on his sleeve, but sometimes he's reckless. You get what I mean?
Yeah. And all of that just goes back to what I was saying about the mentality that Arteta's trying to set in the dressing room. The whole comments on Lacazette, you know, once the players have got the right mentality, even the way they think, the way they speak is going to be completely different. So that could have been a completely different conversation. Like you were saying, our coach. And respect for the manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then, you know, it's just you're putting players in a position that now just to kind of banter with man, and that they're gonna disrespect the coach, or they're gonna laugh it off, or do whatever. But in reality, they, being those young players, they're looking at it like, what are you seeing why you're not respecting them? Like, am I meant to join your side, or am I meant to be pally with the coach? And then you don't know what other conversations are being said. Do you get me behind that? Do you get me? So it's like, it was like, on those kind of notes, it was interesting, like, to see all of that. Do you get what I mean? Because then it shows where you can see why now, you know, they just like didn't bother giving him a year extension. Moving. Could you imagine him in the squad now? Like,
exactly.
And do all this hold up play thing. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's why we've got to give big respect to Mikel Arteta. You know, 39 years old, young manager, and he made some bold decisions, because even before watching All or Nothing, we're like, rah, that's bold. Like, you stripped Aubameyang of the captaincy. You know, you've subbed him off. You haven't even started him in the North London derby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these were all things we were saying before watching that, like, wow. And then now you get to see what actually happens behind the scenes, and you're like, okay, this all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you got to give, you know, Arteta credit for where he's actually brought the club to up until this point.
No, 100%, 100%. Because like you said, it's like you can almost see where when things started to take a rocky turn, where he felt like, all right, now I need to pull it back together again. Do you get what I'm saying? Where he let them know in training the team will be based on performance and not merit. And, you know, he will letting them know, I am willing to change things. I am willing to, you know, not play certain players and do whatever. And that's where it is. I think sometimes with some of the players that we had, they felt that they play off of merit, like, or you know, like, oh, the team, you know, like the team can't run if man's not in the squad. But as we saw, like certain players, they just wasn't turning up last season. Like Aubameyang couldn't score a goal for love or money, you know, and you know, Lacazette was just like, they were all just terrible, you know, and it's just like, so you understand why at some point Arteta had to turn the switch and start making these these things happen and trying other players in different positions and trying to make a new system or something. Do you get me?
Yeah. So what, after seeing all of that, with him signing versatile players like Zinchenko who could play in different positions, does it what's your like thoughts on that? Are you a person, sorry, who prefers a player to just specialize in their position, or do you like that versatility in players?
I like the versatility. I like the versatility because it just means that, like, in the times of injuries or like just different systems, those players can kind of fit into a system, especially if we're lacking players. You know what I mean? Or people are injured. It's good. Like, I like the fact Zinchenko, like, as you could see, even in preseason, he would come into midfield a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he can play. He can most probably play better passes going forward because he's got that Man City DNA. Then you kind of see Xhaka drift out left, like out wide. You know, he's left-footed. He can ping it. He can do whatever. It was just mad to see the different formation setups in the systems, which is really going to confuse a lot of teams when we go to play them. So
you don't want to be predictable.
Yeah, we're not going to be predictable, and I'm all for it. Like, I like the fact that from watching what we see and what happened last season, you can see also what he kept on saying about the high intensity. He kept, through all the episodes, you kept on hearing him talk about high intensity, pressure,
my favorite word.
Yeah, passion, high intensity. We want passion. Like, you get me? Pressing from the front. That even, I think one of the games he wanted us to press from the front, squeeze the whole line up. Do you get what I mean? And I just felt you could just see that the players that he had couldn't do it. Like, not all of them. Like, we still got a few of the same players now, but maybe they didn't understand it. Maybe they needed leadership. Like, that's the thing with someone like Jesus coming in now, because he's so infectious and he's so lively and he's so on it. I think it just that trickles down the rest of the team. Yeah. So it's like, if he's doing 100 miles an hour and he's doing all these doggies and he's running up and down doing all the mad thing, I can't be sat here not doing what I need to do. Do you get me? So you can see that Lacazette and that weren't on it. They would do a little light press and whatever, but they're not pressing like how Jesus is pressing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you notice that massively.
Massively. So that's another thing. This season, you can tell they're gonna have a battery in their back where them, you know what I mean?
Duracell, baby.
Duracell. This is what I'm trying to say. They're gonna be going after these men. Do you get what I mean? Like Palace, I know if Palace feeling good, and I heard a few Palace fans have saying, "Oh, but I don't think their back four can handle the press.
Yeah,
like their front, like attacking, are going to be dangerous, but I don't think they're going to press us the way that they think they're going to press us. And I don't think they think, because in the last game they bullied us in midfield with our like young team. I don't think that's going to happen this time. So it's going to be one of them games that it could go either way, but I don't feel like they're going to be able to do that. And because the new additions are they're making the team better.
On fire, mate. The new additions, the new energy as well, the whole vibe around the club. I think the clear out that Arteta has done has made a huge difference, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, the players that you spoke about that perhaps weren't bringing that energy, that leadership and everything, that high press that we need on the pitch. We've now got the younger players, the higher energy, that are going to be pressing and pushing up. So it'll be a completely different game this time for Palace.
Oh, 100%. And hopefully we can just get the 3 points on the board and be top of the league going into the weekend.
Yeah, because watching that all or nothing, boy, when it was how many games? Like
3
at the
games
start of the season, and we're sitting in 20th place. We haven't scored any goals. Remember, it weren't until the 4th goal that we got our first goal, which was against Norwich.
And we just about scraped that.
Yeah, it was a 1-0 win.
1-0 win.
So this season is going to be completely different.
Wow, we were scraping some 1-0s to the Arsenal in that last season. I didn't even think, because I thought we went out there and hammered Norwich. Then when I watched it back here, I see we only won 1-0.
Reminder.
And the goal was terrible as well. The goal was absolutely shocking. You know what I mean? Pepe falling over and all of this foolishness.
The celebrations say it all as well, like how much we needed that win. I mean, I ain't underestimating any team, Norwich, but we were celebrating big, like it was a big win against a big club, you know what I mean? But we needed that. Yeah,
we needed that, man. And I think a lot of people got onto us for the celebrating and all of that.
They got onto me, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I get now, watching bits of the all or nothing thing, you get it, because you can tell that with the team being so young and Mikel Arteta being a new manager and the players, you kind of see that everyone's trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Even with the board, you see with like Kroenke, Josh coming in and him talking and seeing what they're about and what's going on. And, you know, a lot of people like Kroenke out. But even when he was talking, he was like, we only took full control of the club in 2018. You get what I'm saying? So I think 4 years on, there's only so much you can do in the 4 years. Do you get what I mean? That everyone, this is the problem with our fan base, and a lot of fan bases, they want everything just now.
Yeah.
Okay, and if we, you know, like I said previously, if it was down to the fans, we'd have Calvert Lewin,
Ramirez at the minute as well.
You know, he ain't played a lick of football for God knows how long.
He's not even started playing in the first game of the season.
You know what I'm saying? Like Higuain, we'd have all these players, that the fans believe that, oh, you know what, if I was manager, I'll put him in and I'll drop him there and all of this kind of stuff. And it's like they've obviously got a plan. Like you see what they done with the LA Rams. And I think if a lot of people that don't understand what they've done with that franchise is that they made the right additions. They put a sick quarterback in. They put a sick defensive lineman in the team, like one of the best. They paid the top dollar to get it, and they won the Super Bowl. Do you get what I'm saying? And I always said once they won the Super Bowl, Arsenal would be next on the agenda. And look,
saying we're going to win the league this season.
It's not even just win the league, but it's like I think a lot of their money they were pouring into that LA Rams team, the new stadium, doing all of that. It's all finished now. Like, so you just think because they're that in America, their biggest franchise in America is kind of patterned and is winning. Don't mean they're turning their minds away from it, but now they're also going to want their soccer team, their football team to be a winning franchise in itself as well. And you can see it, and they've backed every season. They've spent money.
Exactly. Even this season, we've spent big as well.
Yeah.
We're one of the top spenders. So
spenders, and it's still not done yet because I see something yesterday from Austin. I don't know because I haven't seen much other reports talking about Arsenal and Leicester have agreed a fee for Tielemans. So
yeah,
if we get him in as well, like the squad has got depth. It's got like
quality,
character. It's got quality, youth,
energy,
pace. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing what I like about the Tielemans thing is that I know they were saying some things about questioning about his physicality, like, and I think that's why you can tell maybe like a lot of the players have come back. They look a bit bigger. They look a bit stronger. That you can tell Arsenal are setting up their players to not be bullied, in it, yeah. But one thing I like about Tielemans, he scores goals.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where we need players that are gonna score goals and share the goals amongst the team and stuff. So you know, even if he can get us 4, 5, 6 goals for the season in the league, that'd be lovely. You know, because it all makes a difference. You get what I'm saying?
Hopefully that Tielemans deal does go through. I was getting a bit concerned because Leicester are losing a lot of their key players. Schmeichel's gone. You know, Maddison's been linked with a move to Newcastle. Fofana doesn't seem like he's happy and he wants out. So I was thinking, okay, when I heard all of that, I was like, okay, this Tielemans deal perhaps isn't going to materialise because it's going to have like no.
But then I think with Leicester, the way it looks for me with Leicester is that like it's the son, innit? You got to think that the owner's son, like the owner, is the guy that sadly passed away, his son, innit? So you got to think how much of his heart is in it still. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you think if they carry on selling players like this, Leicester could potentially get relegated. You know what I'm saying? In the league where you need like your stars. If Maddison goes Newcastle and all of these, like Schmeichel's gone, I don't know where you find a better keeper. I thought they were going to come in for Leno, they didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, where they're going to struggle. You got Vardy, but Vardy's getting older each year. You know, he's not like what he was when he was like 3-4 seasons ago. Do you know?
Am I imagining it, or was Vardy linked with a move somewhere?
Yes, you're not imagining it. I saw it as well. He was linked with a move to United.
Mental. So imagine him moving as well. Like,
yeah, they're done for.
Who left in the team?
Bruv, no one left, and they got a week.
That's mad.
Not even a week. They got till when's
the season starts tomorrow.
When is the transfer window shut?
First week of September.
Oh, okay. So we've got a bit of time. Got a bit of time. But it will soon pick up because people will start to see bids coming in, things going on. It's mad how Chelsea came in and swooped up Cucurella, innit?
I know. I like Cucurella.
I like
him. He's a problem, but I thought he would have went Man City, but
City didn't want to be drawn out for the bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Chelsea just looked like they want to find everything. Yeah.
They just got Haaland, so
yeah. That surprised me though, because this is the thing. At the end of the day, they have got Cancelo in it. So like, you know, Cucurella would have just came and held the bench.
Yeah, exactly. But then even Chelsea, I mean, they've still got Chilwell.
Yeah.
And whoever else. So
Chilwell. Who else they got? They got Chilwell. They got Reece James.
Yeah.
Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta.
You actually done well.
Azpilicueta. That's it. I knew it. Azpilicueta. Alonso. They got wing backs. They got a lot.
Yeah.
Azpilicueta.
Oh, now you gone all Cockney.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's Azpilicueta.
Yeah, mate.
I've got it. Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea have been there. I don't know. There's some. Oh, that's another thing I saw last night. And this is from Fabrino, the Fabiano. Here we go, guy. Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah. Romeo. Yeah. This is from a Romeo, right? Bruh, how's the Chelsea being linked with Uber?
Really?
Have you not seen it?
No, I haven't seen that.
They're in discussions now with his agent.
No way.
He goes Chelsea. He's the biggest pagan.
No, that is mental because they've got Lewandowski now, haven't they?
Barcelona? Yeah. Gonna see. This is the thing with it as well. This is why players need to be careful because it's like he kicked up all this fuss, done all of this. Went Barcelona, like thinking, I'm in Barca now. Like Barca ain't gonna make moves. Like they've come and they've just like they've basically forced you out. Do you get what I mean? Like they've got Lewandowski. You're not gonna play. You know, like they got Fernando Torres. Is it the little Torres? Tyrant, whichever Fernandi, whatever his name is. You know, the one that came from City.
Fernando Torres.
Is it Fernando?
Is it? No.
Ferran Torres.
Yeah, Ferran Torres.
Yeah, is it Ferran Torres?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. We'll get it right. Yeah, well, you know what? They got him as well. Like, they've just got so many players now. Now they got Rafinha, they got Memphis Depay.
Yes, I forgot about Rafinha as well.
Yeah, they got bare ballers. So it's like, where does Uber fit into that? Because he's gifted and he's talented and he's finishing is second to none, but he don't really bring anything in the build-up play of games, does he?
Mental. Do you think Tuchel could get the best out of him? Because when he went to Barcelona, I'm sure he was banging goals, weren't he?
Yeah, he was banging goals, but like them teams, you think when they went there, they had Adama Traore on loan from Wolves, and like we've played, and you think with like the Sun, like you know, like the lifestyle in Barcelona most probably regalvanized Uber, and he was loving it. The
Scenery.
goals, yeah. Then the goals soon dried up. I think with Tuchel, I think the way Tuchel wants to play, and that maybe I don't know, like because the thing is, Aubameyang, he's one of them guys. He eats off of chances, innit, and stuff like that. And Chelsea don't really play that type of play you in football. Like, do you know what I mean? They kind of get up the pitch. They either score little worldies, or they're just like they're very like. It's weird to understand what their actual DNA is and how they play. So it's like you think Werner and Aubameyang are similar players in terms of their pacey, play him in behind, one-on-one with the keeper, they'll slot it, they'll score, they'll do whatever. Aubameyang's got a bit more about him, but I don't think he's just going to get the chances.
Wow, it'd be interesting to see how this materializes.
Yeah. I can't lie, I was hurt though.
Yeah.
I was hurt because I like Aubameyang, but then it's like, obviously his career, his wages, it's his work, and he then has to do what's going to provide for his family, innit? So he can't turn down a deal if Chelsea's willing to pay his wages. Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
But it would hurt.
He'll link up with Amari Hutchinson, eh?
Innit? The other snake.
Huh?
Huh? I said the other snake. You get me?
Oh, I didn't hear that bit.
Yeah. You know what's mad? Amari Hutchinson left us because we was going to send him out on loan. Go Chelsea to get sent out on loan.
Is he being sent out on loan?
Yeah, he's out on loan. I think he's gone to the team that we was at. Is it Bournemouth? I think we were sending him out on loan to Bournemouth and all of this and whatnot. And he left us to go Chelsea to then get sent out on loan to, I think, Bournemouth or one of them teams there. And it's just like, bruv, like you should just be patient now. And I think, especially with how the team's playing and what we're doing, I'd rather be at Arsenal. People might laugh, but I'd rather be at Arsenal than Chelsea now.
100%. After that All or Nothing documentary, has been released, I mean, everyone was like, oh, especially when we was losing and going through such a bad patch, everyone was like, oh, I can't wait to see the All or Nothing and really just bantering us. What do you think their view will be now that it has been released and where we're at?
You're going to get a lot of people downplay it. They're going to downplay what they've seen. They're going to try to find something funny. So it's like, I've seen people bantering about the music, and then, Arteta's making drawings. But the thing is, no one has ever been behind the scenes to know what all these other managers do.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? And I think with it, they're just looking for a reason to banter. But what you will find with it is how good of a manager he is, because even some of his speeches, some of the things he says and what he does inspires me. Like watching that.
I want him to be my coach.
Yeah. I was all ready to go and put my boots on and run out the street and start kicking football outside my yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was inspired, you get me? And it's like people, I think a lot of people are going to just try and chat shit. Be like, Arteta, he looks, well, we know, because the one that we do get is, we know where this ends because we know how the story ends. Fair enough. Yes, we didn't make top 4. But what you are going to see, and I think where Arsenal are going to gain a lot of respect, is just the way that the club pulled itself together, and you will see it then for the next season now. I think it's a perfect setup for us to springboard into this season and do a madness. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to see that, watch how it all ended, see how the players reacted, how Arteta reacted, and then now you're seeing the response of that failure or how that felt. Do you get what I mean? Squad in this season.
What I love about Arteta is like his whole mindset of, mistakes, they happen, but they're good, because that's something I believe in as well. You need to make mistakes in order to grow, to learn, to become stronger. And also, he was at that point where he was feeling really low, like you said, insecure, questioning himself and everything. And when you think about the task that he's actually got to, number one, pull himself together to get out of this route wherever you're at. And not only that, you've got how many players that you are taking care of, and you've got to pull them up, and we was in a really bad place.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of pressure for a young manager as well.
Yeah, and you see it, and you see him turn it around. You see him like re-galvanize himself, because even when you saw him talking to Josh, I think after the second loss, I think it was, where we lost to Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
And you can see him talking to Josh, and Josh is like, don't come, we'll pull it together. We're here, we'll stay within our bubble. And you can see, but at that time, Arteta was really questioning himself. You could tell he was like, boy, what am I doing? This is like, I'm looking at my boss here, I could get sacked, the pressure's on me. To then see him like how he was 4 or 5 games on, 10 games on, where he was a different player and a different person. And I think he's got what it takes. And he will, now that he's been in that deep end, when they lose a couple games again, he won't panic. Do you get what I mean? He won't, he will understand its pressure, but he will know that he can come out the other side providing he can turn the team around. So, yeah. And that'll be the motivation, you know what I'm saying? To turn the team around, get them back playing again, and get the results back. So I loved it. It was good to see. It was also even the team speech that he gave for the Norwich game, where he talked about how the players made it the best week of his life being with them. And just even though it was the hardest weeks of his life, most probably because of the results and his managerial career, and it's just good to see that he can be that like humble to just be able to give them the props and show them the love. Do you get what I mean? See, it trickles down the team,
100%.
They all get on, they all have a good relationship from what you can see, and it's dope because they're going to play for each other.
100%. It all stems from inside the changing room, and it's all going to come out and just flourish on the pitch, which it looks like we are doing, as we have done in pre-season.
I hope so. I think like even pre-season, everyone's been gassing. I've been excited, but this week, as the days have been ticking over, coming towards this Crystal Palace game, I've just been like, please God, like let these men just turn up, and like not even for like me. I want them to do it for themselves in the sense that they just silence some of these critics, because man, them just chat 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just want them to do it for them and like shut these men up so they can, like go out there and play their football and enjoy it and just have a great start to the season and just be the dark horses,
100%. In terms of team lineup, what are you expecting? Do you think Arteta is going to keep it pretty much the same as what he's been doing during pre-season?
Yeah, I don't see any drastic changes. I think Ben White, Tomiyasu's obviously back training and he's back around the team and that. I think he'll keep it Ben White at right back. Saliba.
Yes, woo! Who I'm excited to see.
My French gladiator. Get me? That's my guy, Bro, I've been singing his praises. He's a boss. I'm loving it. Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
But no Eddie Nketiah starting. Is he coming off the bench?
Come off the bench, because I think where it works, unless we bring in another big striker or bring in someone, then I think Arteta's learned he's just gonna. Nketiah is the type of guy that can stretch a game in the second half.
Yeah.
Bring him on, he's got the legs, he's gonna run. You know what I mean? He's gonna work hard, he's gonna press hard, he's gonna do whatever, and he would just zap that, especially with him and Jesus on the place together. They're just gonna zap team. So I think he mostly understands his role. I don't think he's gonna start over Jesus unless he's in form, and then obviously whatever. But off the bench. But then we look at the bench is just getting stronger now.
Exactly, which is what we've been calling for. We want a strong first team and a strong bench. So
yeah, 5 subs. So like that's
5 substitutions as well.
This is it, and that's what's going to make the difference. I think that having the stronger bench, the 5 subs, like you ain't got to struggle to start everyone. Everyone that's mostly sitting on the bench feels like at some point I can get a game. Do you get what I mean? So it just means that you got to be ready to play, but it also allows the players on the pitch to play their hearts out, because if they do get tired or they do feel niggles or knocks or whatever, there's someone there that can come in and give the same energy.
Exactly, and it's nice having that advantage.
Yeah.
What did you make as well of Bernd Leno going to Fulham?
Yeah, it's like sad to see him go, because you know what? Because Matt Turner, I'm not seeing enough of Matt to know what he's about. I know what Leno's about. Do you get what I mean? But I just think with Leno, it may probably run its course. It's also surprising that there must be things behind the scenes that we don't see, because you think for all how we rate Bert Leno, only Fulham come in for him. You get what I'm saying? So
I think he was linked with a move to Newcastle as well, I believe.
Yeah, Newcastle, but they never really came in or materialized or whatever. So you think for the kind of caliber of keeper that we felt we had, the fact that only a newly promoted side has come and got him on this, like, you know, and even the way that they've gone about the payment structure just shows that maybe we was just overrating him more than what the actual all the teams out there. Because you would have thought you could have nicked to move to Leicester, baby. You could Newcastle
especially
definitely.
Schmeichel going.
Yeah, especially Schmeichel going. Like, you think Leno's you could have gone to a few clubs. You would have thought. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but obviously the big clubs, like the big six, have all got their keepers. So you know, it's only like maybe say West Ham. They could have saw him going West Ham, but they got Fabianski. But it's like, do we think he's better than Fabianski? Maybe so. Do you get what I mean? But you know, like they weren't ready to change up their keeper, so it's a weird one. Like, I don't know, but yeah, he's gonna play his heart out against us at Fulham when we go to Craven's Cottage. He's gonna be
have something
yeah, but you know what? It is what it is. We've got Ramsdale, man.
In it, and literally the way they done it is like one day, to say that Leno's gone, next day straight in, Ramsdale's number one. They literally didn't waste any time with that.
No need, he's gone. No need, he's gone, you know what I mean? And they respected his wishes, let him go. But it's like even in watching the All or Nothing, and you could see where in those 3 games, Leno was poor. He was trying to save, but he was poor, you know. And I think that last game against City was the last straw because some of them goals were savable. Like, do you get what I mean? But you can tell he's just, you know, like there was time for change, and you bring Ramsdale in, and as soon as Ramsdale comes in, we go unbeaten. So it was only like, do you know what I mean? Clean sheets, unbeaten, and you can see what it means to him to concede a goal. So, you know, like
in Ramsdale, like after that last minute goal from Villa, where we won 3-1, but we could have got a clean sheet. Like he was furious, he was mad. And that's the kind of players that we need, players that are passionate, that care.
100%. And you get it because, like he said, when you're coming from those teams, like where I think he said he was at Bournemouth and then he went Burnley, and both teams got relegated, but it was like he understands how hard it is to get a clean sheet in the Premier League. So their thing was he's off of that mentality. You think he's played 2 long seasons where they're trying to keep clean sheets and get a result to stay up. You know what I mean? So it means the world to them when they eventually do. So you can see that mentality's kind of come over to Arsenal, where you don't care if we're 3-1 up and 4-1 up or 4-0 up. Don't slack off, like
exactly,
and concede a goal, because like he said, that could be the difference of 1-1, 0-0. Now or we're 1-0 up and they've equalized, and then like you see in the Everton game where they equalized and then they go on to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
In those games, you look at that Everton, like even looking back, that Everton game was that goal. Them goals is the difference between top 4 and not top 4 right now.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it. So I get it. I get his frustrations and I fuck with it. You get me? But you know?
We definitely do. So just going back, to this Crystal Palace game tomorrow. So we're expecting the same lineup. And what are you expecting for us to bring? And also what are you expecting for Crystal Palace to bring?
Oh, I think Palace, they're going to be confident. Because you got to think, they drew in the league with us last season and they beat us. So they're going to be feeling like, yeah, we got their number. Vieira at the wheel, like, he's going to be wanting to like make sure we turn up and not get any joy. But I think we would have learnt from last season. I think Brentford, we went into that game thinking it was an easy win and we could put whoever out there, and Arteta learned that it's not that. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's going to take this one lightly. So I feel like it's going to be a good game. I feel like we're going to go out there. I feel we're going to win it. But it's like, I feel like we're destined to win, but you never know, innit? Like, what's your feelings on it at the moment? Like, how do you feel?
Do you know, I'm feeling really excited. The fact that we've had such a good pre-season, the fact that we've brought in good players, that fresh vibe, that fresh energy. It's really rejuvenating. When we had that opening game against Brentford, I believe we was missing Oba and Lacazette in those games. Now we've got a whole new team. Crystal Palace. Listen, Vieira's obviously going to want to come and try and prove a point against us, but we've got a good coach as well. We love Vieira, Arsenal legend, but we've got a good coach in Mikel Arteta, and he's going to want to start this season strong. He's had a great pre-season, which was strong, and this time he's going to want the start of this season to be completely different to last season. Winning mentality. So
I'm running against Palace. We're laughing.
Exactly. I'm expecting a few goals from us and a win.
A few goals and a win, yeah. I'm expecting
and a clean sheet.
What, 3? I'm looking like a 3-0.
That's what I was thinking.
3-0. I'm feeling like 2-0 at half time, kill the game off in the second half, control the game. Let them be. You know what I feel like it's gonna be? I feel like it's gonna be like a high level exhibition for the league, like, because I think we know that they've set us up when they put it on a Friday night against Palace. That's a setup. They've set us up, right? But I just think Arsenal know that they got to go out there. They're gonna show what they're about this season with a tricky Palace. Do you know what I mean? And then they're gonna win it dominantly, like dominate the game, win all their duels to the point you're not hearing no Palace fans beating on no drum, that total demolish. You get me? And it was a set of precedents for the league. That's what I want them to do. I want them to go out and smash Palace so badly, that tear them down, just like the press. They can't even get out of their half.
Sounds like you're looking for a 6-0 win, Doug.
Yeah. I want us to press them, can't get out of their half, demoralize them, crash them. Like each team we play, they're going to lose 3 games on the bounce till they can get their mojo back. That's because the Arsenal game, that they're just going to just mash them up. You see, like even like how we played Chelsea. And we just demoralized them. They didn't know what was going on. We're onto them. Like you could lose like that and then go into your next couple games and still not get your head right from a game like that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I want us to be that team.
That threat that we just posed, where it's like, mate, we don't want to play Arsenal.
Yeah. Like I want people feeling like we're gonna go to the Emirates now. We don't know what today's mad. Man have got their headphones in on the coach on the way because they're trying to get in that zone because they know what they're coming for. You know what I mean? And they know it's gonna be a madness. And I also think now you could kind of see that the refs, after whatever meeting Arteta and that had with the referees and all of that last season, you can tell that they've been towards the end of last season a bit kinder to us.
Because they were taking the mick at one point.
Because they're all brethrens, innit? And I just think that they obviously got a little thing where they got a banter about Arsenal and they always sending man off and it's always VAR, we getting the worst decisions. And I could see slowly towards like after that meeting with Arteta having with the referee board and all that kind of changed. And we were starting to get decisions. They were starting to be less that strict on us and stuff like that, even though like but Holding did deserve to get sent off, you know. But like hopefully we can start getting those calls, getting a bit of rub of the green, innit? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Right.
Well, I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. You're looking forward to the game tomorrow, and I'm sure all the Arsenal fans are. Let's just end with a score prediction. I'm going to go 3-0 to Arsenal. What are you going with, Doug?
17-2.
Is that your birthday?
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I would like to say 2-0. I'm torn between 2-0 and 3-0 because I said 3-0. I feel like we're just going to dominate them in the first half and then just like walk it home. So I'm going to say 4-0.
4-0. I love your confidence, Doug.
4-0.
I love this. We're starting the season off. And you want 4 goals.
This team's got goals in them. This team has got goals in them. That's the thing. Like with Jesus in the team, they've got goals in them. And it's just the early press. I think people are not going to be ready for the pressure that they the intensity that they press with.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's where it's going to get a lot of teams unstuck early doors in games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying that where they're still trying to find their rhythm in the game.
Uh-huh. We want an absolute shocker where teams are just like, whoa, did that really just happen tonight?
Did you see them, man, there? Nah. Yeah. The red machine. You get me?
Literally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. Come on, Red Army. Well,
Red Army.
Woo! Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. There's going to be plenty more coming from myself and Doug. Get your score predictions in the comments below, and we will see you again soon. Bye for now.
Come on.